Hello and welcome to Yoga with Weights. We'll start in seated easy pose. Roll the shoulders up to the earlobes and down. Take it the other direction. Inhale, reaching up, gazing up. Exhale. Big breath in, reach up. Exhale. Breath in. Hands to the heart. Coming into a half Lord of the Fishes pose, taking opposite elbow to the outside of thigh and gazing back. Inhale, lift up, reach up, and we'll switch sides. Inhale, and release the leg. Both legs are long, toes flex to the face. Inhale, lift the rib cage. Exhale, forward fold, caterpillar. Let's bring both hands to the right pinky toe side of your foot. Walk the fingers to the top of your feet and then bring both hands to the left side of your foot. Come back to center. Inhale as you reach up, gaze up. Exhale as you draw your elbows behind your back. Round forward as you reach. Inhale, bring the elbows back, reaching up. Inhale, elbows back. Exhale, round forward. Breathe in, elbows back. Exhale, reach up. Inhale, back. Round. Elbows back, squeezing the shoulder blades. Release down to the mat. From here, we're coming onto our knees, separating the legs hip width, reaching up nice and high, grounding your hand into the earth and extending opposite leg out nice and long. Reaching to the sides, gazing up. Leg is level, arm is level. Reach to the sky and come into gate opener pose, laterally bending the opposite direction, and we'll flow with our breath. Ground the hand, reach up, lift the leg. Leg comes down and reach for the opposite wall. We'll continue flowing with our breath. Exhale. Breathe in, lift. Holding here, one more opportunity to extend the arm and reach it as long as you can. And we'll return back to our knees. Inhale, reach up, taking those poses on side B. Extending your leg long, holding it level with the earth, and reaching the arm long, gazing toward the sky. Bringing your arms, stacking, and taking gate opener pose. Placing your hand and grounding it below the shoulder. Laterally bending the opposite direction, and we'll flow with our breath. And breath in. Reaching long, extending arm and leg. And returning back to center. From here, we'll reach up nice and tall. We're taking Camel Pose, so you may need a block behind you. I'm reaching for my heels, lifting my chest and my heart, opening up the neck. Breathe. Reaching up. From here, we'll come into downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, three-legged dog. We'll take 3 breaths here, lifting up on the ball of the foot. Exhale, heel presses down. 2 more times. We'll bend the knee and roll it open here. Some of you will stay right there. Some of you will flip your dog. Keeping the hip points lifted, chest open. And return back to downward facing dog. Left leg lifts in 3-legged dog, flowing with breath, lifting and lowering the heels, stretching out the sole of the foot. Bend and roll open. You can stay here with stacked hips or flip your dog. Bringing yourself back over and pressing back into downward facing dog. Allow your feet to walk up toward your hands. Taking your peace fingers, grab your big toes. Elbows come out wide on the mat, opening up your collarbone and coming into this variation of ragdoll, shaking the head yes and no, just gently to release tightness and tension in your shoulders and neck. Rolling up 1 vertebrae at a time, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway. Fold. Mountain. Right back down, fold. Inhale, half lift. Fold. Rise up, mountain. Forward fold. Half lift. Fold. I'm going to grab my 3-pound weights, real light ones, reaching up into mountain, and I'm going to face you. We'll flow through those sun A's. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back, fold. Mountain pose, fold. Half lift, fold. Mountain, swan dive. Lift halfway, fold. Mountain pose. We'll bring our arms to cactus arms. I'm setting up for tree pose with my legs on one side. You can ground through the toe, or you can place your foot above or below the knee joint. We're going to be taking slowly chest presses here with our breath. In and out. Inhale and exhale. Up and down in our shoulder press. Again, breathing. Combination here of a chest press and a shoulder press. Keeping our Uddiyana Bandha, our belly lock, nice and tight. Releasing here, and we'll set up for side B. Again, take modifications if you need to. Place a block underneath your toe and tree. Just be cognizant of your knee joint. You never want to press into the inside of the knee. We're taking bicep curls here from T-arms to cactus arms. Breathing in and out with each rep. taking our shoulder press again. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale as you bend the elbows to goal pose. Combination here, bicep, shoulder press. Great balance, great core. Using all your muscles as a team to stay balanced and focused. Both feet ground in, just one last hurrah on the shoulders. Three-pound weights might be getting heavy here. Reaching overhead, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, forward fold. We're going to drop the weights here on the floor. Inhale, rise up. Your arms are feel light as a feather. Thumbs to the heart. Take yourself to the top of the mat. We'll flow here. Breath in, mountain. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, half lift. Plant your hands. Step or jump back, chaturanga. Lift your heart in up dog. Lift your tail in down dog. Make your way to the top of the mat. Lift halfway. Forward fold. Mountain. Fold. Lift halfway. And flow through your vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Make your way to the top of the mat. Lift. Fold. Mountain. Fold. Half lift and flow. Right leg lifts. Right knee, right tricep, left, right, kick it back. Two more, right, left, right. Inhale, kick it back. Last time, right, left, right, kick it back. Step to the outside of your right hand. Rise off the mat, crescent. Back foot, heel is lifted. You're pressed into the ball of the foot. Exhale, twist it out high. Spark your fingers, wrist to wrist, straight line. Reverse here. Arms straight line. We're going to flatten our back foot, straighten the front leg, and come into a reverse triangle here. You can either hold your shin, your ankle, claw hand to the floor, or flat palm. Make a fist, reaching the fist forward. Inhale up, exhale, reach back. Inhale up, reach forward. Inhale up, exhale, reach back. We're going to do that a few more times, flowing with your breath. My eyes are following where my fist is going. Hold here, opening up floor to ceiling. Keeping triangle legs, lift back up. Bend into the front knee and cartwheel your hands to the mat. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Knee to tricep, tricep, tricep. Kick it back. Left, right, left. Inhale, kick it back. Last time. Inhale, kick it back. Step to the outside of your left hand. Rise off the mat. Crescent. Exhale, high crescent twist, shoulder blades squeezing. Inhale, reverse your crescent. Arms back level. Setting up our back foot, flattening it, straightening the front leg, reaching for the front, and coming down into your revolved triangle. Making that fist, extending it forward as you gaze down. Inhale up, exhale, gaze back, inhale up, forward and back for a few reps, using your breath. always have an option of placing a block underneath your hand or a couple books as well. This will help you with this pose. Open up floor to ceiling. Keep the triangle legs, rise off the mat. Bend into the front knee and cartwheel your hands to the mat, flowing through your vinyasa and meet in downward facing dog. Begin walking your feet up toward your hands. We're going to set up for a variation of ragdoll called gorilla. Tucking your hands underneath your feet with your palms up, bringing your big toes to your wrist crease. Inhaling as you lift halfway. Exhale as you fold in, keeping your feet pressing onto the palms of your hands. We'll take our weights here and slowly rise up into a mountain pose. You have the option not to use your weights if you so choose for this next flow. Step back with your left foot and find nice strong warrior legs. Warrior 1. Exhale, warrior 2. Shoulder blades are squeezing. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior 1. And we'll flow with our breath back and forth between these two poses. Each time taking your range of motion a little bit further. Straightening the front leg, we're setting up for triangle pose, trikonasana, stacking wrist over wrist. Slowly bringing the arm forward and your gaze to the floor, returning back to center and reaching towards your back hip. We'll flow here forward and back, using our breath, similar to what we did earlier in our practice. This time we have a weight. Keeping triangle legs lifting up off the earth. Bend into your front knee. Then make your way back into mountain pose, top of the mat. Stepping back with the right, finding strong warrior legs again. Exhale in your warrior 2, sink a little deeper. Breath in, reverse your warrior. Warrior 2. And again, we'll flow back and forth with our breath in and out. Straightening our front leg and finding triangle. Again, finding movement in your triangle by reaching forward, gazing down, and reaching back, gazing back at your hip. Inhale as you rise up into your triangle. Exhale as you bend into the front knee and come to the top of your mat. Keeping your weights, we're going to find a bicep curl along with stork leg. I'm lifting my right leg, knee is level with the hip. It's a bicep curl with 2 pulses down at the bottom of your movement. Finding balance on one leg. If this is a little too challenging, you're welcome to place the right toe on the earth. Have the majority of your weight on the left. Switching up into a combination bicep curl and shoulder lift. We're now holding our arms stable as we lift the knee up, flexing the foot and pointing the toe down toward the earth as we touch lightly. Switching sides, knee to hip level on the left leg. Bicep curls, taking it all the way up, halfway down, all the way down, halfway up. Coming into that bicep curl, shoulder press combination. Keeping the arms still. We're lifting and lowering our left knee. Flexing the toes at the top, pointing the toe, and just tapping the earth gently. Taking your fists and bringing them together, we're going to work our torso here, drawing the right elbow behind us, taking your gaze right back with it. Switch sides. And taking it side to side. Inhale, lifting the arms up, halfway, down, halfway, up, T, down. Keep moving. We'll get rid of our weights. Lifting up into stork, arms overhead. And finding warrior 3. Try to maintain a level stance from wrist to the right ankle, straight line as best you can. Don't touch. Inhale, lift back up into stork. And we'll try that warrior 3 once again. Takes a lot of core strength here. Inhale, lift up one last time, and we'll try that on side B. Lifting up into stork, and extending back into warrior 3 pose. Inhale, stork again. Round 2. Inhale, stork. Nice job, you did it. Take yourself to the back of your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold and walk your hands to the top of the mat. Find downward facing dog. I'm bending opposite knees and shifting my hips side to side. I'm going to bring one weight to the top of my mat as I lower down slowly onto my belly. Taking that weight, both heads of the dumbbell, I'm on the toes, the balls of my feet. I'm going to lift opposite feet and both arms with my weight. You can easily do this without a weight. I'm going to continue lifting, alternating legs. Take a moment to stretch here. Coming into upward facing dog. I'm staying on the toes or balls of my feet. Taking your weight again, this time we'll be lifting both legs up and both arms up. A nice strengthener for our low back. Just be really careful. Your range of motion doesn't have to be as high as I am. Set your weight aside and take time to stretch again. This time I'm on the pads of my fingers to give myself a little bit more of a stretch and opening through the chest. Come into tabletop, knees below hips, hands below shoulders, and we're coming into a few rounds of cat-cow. Lower the belly, lift crown and tail, and rounding through the spine on your cat. Lifting the right leg, coming into our half pigeon. Squaring up the top of the mat with your shin as best you can, reaching your left big toes to the far back of your mat, lowering your left hip point as close as you can toward the earth. If lowering your chest this close to the mat doesn't work for you, you can stay in forearms or tall arms. Breathing. Lifting up to tall arms, I'm taking a twist here, bringing my left hand to the outside of the right thigh. You can either choose to reach back or reach your hand behind your low back to find your opposite hip crease. Inhale, reach up and press back into downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, setting up for half pigeon on side B. Extending the right toes to the back of the mat, lowering that right hip closer to the mat, and lowering your chest closer to the floor. Coming into tall arms. Taking the right hand, bringing it to the outside of your left thigh, and either reaching back for your twist or taking it a little bit more intense by finding that half bind behind your lower back. Inhale, reaching up and tucking the toe on the right to find downward facing dog. We're going to find ourselves in seated here. Take your right leg and draw it in as tight as you can. Bring knee over knee. We're coming into half cow face. Breathe in as you reach up. Exhale as you fold forward, keeping those left toes flexed toward your face. Inhale as you reach up. Take your peace fingers and find your left big toe. We're coming into half happy baby on our seat. So keeping your core nice and tight, you can feel free to wave your legs side to side and find some movement here, or you can remain still. Draw your heel as close as you can and feel free to take a half bind or a full bind here. Breathing in, reaching up, and taking this pose on side B. We're stacking knee over knee, coming into half cow face. Exhale as you fold forward, keeping toes flexed toward your crown. Breathe in, reaching up. Peace fingers come to the big toe. Leg is in half happy baby. Dynamically moving or remaining still. Drawing your heel as tightly into your glute as you can, wrapping your arm around the front of your shin and reaching behind your back, trying to find a bind there. But if it doesn't quite work, no problem. You can either use a strap or do the best you can. Inhale, reaching up, bring the soles of the feet together, Cobblers Pose. Bring your hands to heart center, close your eyes, and breathe. Our final breath, thumb knuckles to our third eye. Exhale as you bow forward. Namaste.